Yes, that is a very nice sight indeed. I love it. Sorry guys, please forgive me. Anyway, RuppDat here, welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Yellow. How you guys all doing? It's been a little while since I recorded, mostly because things just keep popping up that keep me from recording, but unfortunately that's life. So, what's got me so fascinated in the gym, you ask, aside from the fact that it's our next Pokemon gym? Well, according to this, I'm assuming it's supposed to be an old man just based off the text, but that sprite just looks a lot like a little old lady. Hee this gym is great! It's full of women! Yeah. Apparently Master Roshi found his way into a Pokemon game, but anyway. Celadon City Pokemon Gym, leader Erika, the nature-loving princess. It is this particular princess that will be the focus of our video today, because we are going to go ahead and challenge the gym. Now, some of you may or may not have realized that I have Killer Bird in my party, and being a flying type, it should also be able to deal with these fire types. Or, not fire types, grass types, just like Ishmael being a fire type. But the thing is, Killer Bird, unfortunately, does not have any flying type moves. Gust was not made into a flying type move until the next gen. In Gen 1, it was a normal type move for God knows what reason. So while Killer Bird can resist grass type hits, it does not have anything to really effectively strike back. So unfortunately, it looks like Ishmael is going to in fact do all the heavy lifting. As you might have noticed, I took Wartortle out of my party because I needed a cut slave to get to the gym. And being as the grass type gym, Wartortle is kind of useless to me at this current point in time as it is. But enough formalities, let's go ahead and get started here. As you notice, the champion making guy is not here. As you recall, he was actually in the Rocket game corner, hooked on the slots. Now, there are actually a few different ways you can go about this gym. If you actually go along the side here, make it cut through here, or even over here, and there you go. Other than one, maybe two battles max, you've got your way to Erika. But what fun would it be if I pretty much just skipped all the gym trainers? I mean, one, I would love the extra experience, especially since Erika's Pokemon are they're actually quite a bit stronger than where my Pokemon are at right now. Probably the closest one to him in level is Raijin, and even then, he still falls short. Especially since Erika's yellow team is in fact stronger than her red and blue team. So now we're getting into instances where yellow trumps red and blue in terms of difficulty, at least as far as the gyms are concerned. But I do have something I would like to talk about to pass the time while I start picking off these gym trainers. And why am I not allowed in here? Just because I'm a boy? Please. And this is why we have gender problems in the world. Why men and women always seem to fight over the stupidest things. Do we really need it, guys? But no, that's not what I wanted to actually discuss. This is actually something I wanted to bring up. Have I mentioned in past episodes how much Oh. Fan-fucking-tastic. Anyway, while I wait for this Bellsprout to stop being the most annoying piece of shit on the face of the planet. Really? Thank you. Goodbye. Anyway, I meant to bring this up back there a few episodes ago, actually, when we were battling our rival as she sends out Weaving Bellsprout's evolved form. I meant to bring this up back when we were facing Gary, well, our rival, back in Lavender Tower. Thank you, Burn. And it poisons me right back. Great. Yeah, I meant to bring it up back then because I thought it was a pretty interesting point, and some people have actually managed to tie it into a creepypasta. I'm not exactly going to read the creepypasta, but I will link to it in the description if you guys are interested, and luckily this rap isn't going to cause me too much grief because the Weeping Bell is burned, and now it's dead. Nighty-night. Oh, that's why I'm not out in here. I'm too rough. I'm pretty sure I picked up some antidotes, right? No! I'll be right back. Okay, cutting back in here a bit prematurely than where I wanted to, but, this guy right here... Nope. Well, he tells us about what we already know, but this guy. I found him in a cafe in Celadon City. He's flat out busted, he blew all his money on the slots, so he's trying to get over his gambling addiction, and he's gonna give us the coin case. So that's where we get the coin case for, the Rocket Game Corner, if you want to play around there. I might show it off near the end of this episode, just play one round. But yeah, I went, healed, Ishmael. Also went and picked up a bunch of antidotes, so hopefully I won't need to make trek back to the Pokemon Center again. I forgot Erika's gym is pretty damn, status happy. Wow. Apparently I'm starting to show my ineptitude at Pokemon. Anyways, I continue blowing through the, gym trainers, as I was talking about before I had decided to cut away. As we face a beauty now. I wanted to discuss the, some, interpretations of what happened to your rival's Raticate. Because, as you might recall, back when we fought him on the SSN, he had a Raticate, or in our case in yellow, it was still a Rattata. Which realistically, I don't believe it should have been a Raticate in red and blue because it evolves at level 20 into Raticate. But, whatever. I'm done questioning this game's logic about evolution when it comes to some, Pokemon from your rivals. Well, not just your rivals, some opponent's perspective, as a matter of fact. But yeah. As you remember, he had a Rattata, or Raticate, depending on your game, during the SSN fight. But when we battled him at Pokemon Tower, he did not have it, because his team is starting to begin to form. Critical hit. But yeah, his team was beginning to form around whatever his starter is, in order to best balance it out to try and make the most balanced team possible. Which, the funny thing is, in a lot of circumstances, his team actually seems more unbalanced than before, because he might have 2 flying types, or 2 poison types, something along those lines. Just depends on how his team ends up getting structured. Yeah, grass-type Pokemon are easy to raise. They're also easy to cut down if you happen to have a fire type. But yeah. One interpretation that I really meant to bring up during that particular battle, and it just slipped my mind just because of the sheer number of Pokemon I had to go over during that battle, because of the fact that your rival can have so many different Pokemon depending on what he chose for a starter, what his Eevee's going to evolve into, etc, etc, etc. But there is a creepypasta interpretation of the whole situation regarding your rival's fallen Rattata or Raticate. I'm not going to read the creepypasta, as I've already said. I will link in the description for anyone who's interested in seeing it. But, because it does contain spoilers, even though I'm pretty sure everyone and their grandmother has played Pokemon, a first-gen Pokemon game at this point, so you probably already know what's going to happen endgame, but just on the off chance I've got some viewers who have never seen Pokemon before, no matter what the generation. Peeping Tom. Okay, so I was looking in the gym earlier. Big deal. Anyway. Bulbasaur. Ooh, interesting. Should be an Ivysaur, by the way. But yeah. It's a really interesting interpretation on it. Essentially, without giving too much away in terms of potential spoilers for down the road for those who are watching me that have never played a first-gen Pokemon game, or any Pokemon game for that matter, essentially, your rival's Rattata/Raticate was severely injured during the battle on the SSN. Apparently, oh, there's the Ivysaur. Apparently, we beat it so bad that it became seriously injured, and our rival was unable to get off the boat in time because of all the crowding and confusion, etc., caused by the party on the luxury cruise liner. So by the time he was finally able to make it off the boat and make it back to the Pokemon Center, it was too late, and said Rattata/Raticate actually died. Yeah, I can understand why some people would consider that possibility, but especially since this is what we are in a situation where, you know, cannot underestimate girl power, but yeah. Considering that we actually have... Why do cool trainers have whips in this game? I know I keep getting off track, but that's a legit question. Why do the cool trainers have whips? What is the purpose of that? Anyway, trying to get my thoughts back on track. I can understand why people would consider the possibility, considering that death actually is present in this game. Considering... You bitch. Considering the fact that we have Pokemon that are dead, it has been made mention of. The fact that that's the whole reason Pokemon Tower exists. Sometimes I hate this game's fucking AI. But yeah. It's an interesting way of thinking about it. And I can see why the possibility would exist that maybe perhaps his Rattata or Raticate did in fact pass away. And of course the rest of the creepypasta story then goes on to talk about how instead of actually blaming it on us, even though he knows part of his mind tells him we are responsible and for it, and basically we destroyed his impish childhood innocence, and now he basically strives to completely overcome us, become the Pokemon League champion, and get revenge, all in the name of his fallen Pokemon. And of course, those of you who have played the game, I'm not going to spoil it for those who haven't, you know how that all ends up, and essentially it basically... It gives an interesting new perspective on how to look at the rival from this point forward! I realize I'm almost out of embers too, so I'm probably going to go back to the Pokemon Center and heal just to get PP back. Okay, maybe those ethers actually had a purpose after all. Go me. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting take on the whole situation regarding your rival, how everything played out, etc. And, well, what do you guys think about it? Do you think, I actually killed my rival's Rattata and kind of left it for dead, and now my rival is now seeking the ultimate revenge against me by completely... I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Do you think... Give me your thoughts on the creepypasta story as a whole, the very idea that such a thing could possibly exist. Great, I'm out of embers. Well, let's go rage and see what happens. Even though Ishmael is kind of going down, unfortunately. Why lead seed me when I'm already lead seeded? What sense does that make? Yeah, it's an interesting discussion point for the episode. What are your thoughts on the whole matter? Do you think I actually killed his Rattata? I don't think I did. I think he simply boxed it and, because he didn't think it was up to snuff, which would explain the theory on his lack of compassion for his Pokemon. Wait, what? Did that tree regenerate? I'm sorry, what? Okay, that is pretty stupid. Speaking of stupid, I will be right back. Cause I'm gonna go bring, get Ishmael back up and running and... yeah. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and forge ahead, even though Killer Bird doesn't have an actual flying type move as far as this game wants me to believe. Don't bring any bugs or fire Pokemon here. Yeah, grass Pokemon are also weak to bug types. I don't have any, but that's another way you can deal with them. I do happen to have a flying type, even though it doesn't happen to know any flying type moves. But Killabird should still be able to just muscle his way through. At least I'm going to assume Killabird is a he. I mean, again, this is before genders were actually invented, so with the exception of Nidoran male and Nidoran female, where it's pretty cut and dry on what genders they are, I have no way of knowing what genders these things are. As a bonus video at the end of all this, I do plan actually putting this cartridge in and loading it up on Pokemon Stadium 2, just to look through my team and see what their genders actually were, maybe get a few laughs out of it. But yeah, I have no way of knowing up until that point what gender these things are. I probably could if I actually did decide to play this on Pokemon Stadium 2's Game Boy Tower, but I figured Pokemon Stadium 1 would probably work the best, just because, I mean, it's all Gen 1, right? All Gen 1 all the time. Hello, Gloom. Since I was busy with the creepypasta, I should probably mention, since I didn't beforehand, Gloom is the evolved form of Oddish. And Gloom is also a Pokemon you can use a Leaf Stone on to turn it into Vileplume. In Gen 2, it got a branch in its evolution where instead of using the Sunstone on Gloom, it would evolve into Bellossom instead. But in this game, that Bellossom doesn't exist yet, neither does the Sunstone, so you only have the option of Vileplume, unless you happen to have a Gloom and want to trade forward. Which is something else I can explain probably later, but it's not really of any important consequence right now. Gonna go ahead and use an antidote on Killabird. Then I'm gonna take care of this, I did face her right. Pretty sure I did. Gee, I wonder why. But yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and face this trainer quick just for the last bout of experience. Even though it's going to Killabird now. But Killabird was falling behind in levels. I gotta use the experience anyway. Hello, Execute. And then I'll go heal at the Pokemon Center and be right back and challenge Erika on even terms. I know I already talked about Execute before, but because it was a possible Pokemon your rival can have in Red and Blue. Grass Psychic type. Can be relatively annoying, but generally it's not too bad. It's also one of the few Pokemon you can actually use a Leaf Stone on. Get the Evolved Form Exeggutor, which we'll be seeing quite a bit of later in the game. Because I'm sure our rival is not just going to sit back and just let us get better than him, even though that's kind of the point we're at already. Which again brings my mind back to the creepypasta and just how sad it seems if that creepypasta does happen to in fact be true, but of course there's really no way of knowing for sure. And I severely doubt that was the intent of the creators when they made this game regarding that Rattata. Yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the gym, heal the Pokemon Center, get Ishmael back on his feet, and also restore all his Ember PPs. And I will be right back after I have taken care of that. Well, that one poor trainer did bring up Peeping Toms, but yeah. Anyway, I'm back. What's this say? Erika, Wingtros. Gary? He already beats... Well. That's interesting. Apparently Gary's already beaten this gym. Bastard. Anyway, let's get to it. Yes, it is lovely weather, I guess. It actually is pretty nice outside right now, I do have to admit. She must have dozed off. Erika, the leader of Celadon Gym. She's the art of flower arranging. And her Pokemon are grass types, of course. Erika, they just made Erika seem like such an airhead. I think I like the anime interpretation of her a lot better, actually. She seemed a little more serious and straightforward. Anyway, it's time! Erika, the Celadon City Gym Leader. In both games, she has 3 Pokemon. And as you might expect if you've seen the anime, her yellow team is in fact based off the anime. In yellow, she will lead off with a Tangela, level 30, pure grass type. I believe it's the only pure grass type in this game as well, because every other grass type has some kind of subtype, usually poison. Her Tangela comes armed with Bind, Mega Drain, Vine Whip, and Constrict. She also has a Tangela in her red and blue version that is level 24, and only knows the moves Bind and Constrict. However, she does not lead with Tangela in red and blue. Even still, Ishmael should... Wow! Okay, being honest for a moment, I legitimately forgot how defensive Tangela can be. Hence why, from a competitive standpoint, in 5th gen and beyond, this thing holding an Eviolite is actually a massive pain in the ass, almost as much as its evolution it gained in 4th gen, Tangrowth. I forgot how defensive this thing can be. Hopefully the burn will help slow it down a bit, though. Luckily, Constrict is also not like Bind. It does lower speed, though. I don't remember if it lowers speed in later gens or not. And thank God for that burn, otherwise her Tangela probably would have binded me to death. That would have been horrible. Alright, her next Pokemon is going to be Weepinbell, level 32, Grass Poison type. It comes with the moves Acid, Stun Spore, Sleep Powder, and Razor Leaf, so it's got dual status to worry about. And I realized I only brought antidotes and I didn't bring anything else. Great. I was thinking more of the red and blue side. In red and blue, her Weepinbell is actually evolved into a Victory Bell, and it's actually 3 levels lower at level 29. Victory Bell is the Pokemon she will start with in red and blue. In that game, it knows Wrap, Poison Powder, Sleep Powder, and Razor Leaf, so just as annoying. Acid, I'm not too concerned about. That was a pretty good hit. Okay, maybe I didn't plan this out as well as I thought. I may actually be in trouble here. And Acid does lower defense. Okay, you know what? I think now would be a good time to bust out a Super Potion. If this thing's gonna keep spamming Acid, then we may have some trouble. Trouble, not... I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Ooh, that is a nasty hit. Please kill this thing or... Burn it, please. Oh, no. You know what? I'm gonna switch Ishmael out and go kill a bird to finish this thing off. Oh joy, she's got super potions too. The weird thing is that the cool trainers I battled, her underlings had hyper potions, which are actually better. So I don't know where the disconnect is there. Maybe some miscommunication between Erika and her underlings, not realizing that they're supposed to be better than... That's a critical hit I did not want to see. Thank you for missing. Come on. Live, Killer Bird, please. I know you can do it. Live, live, live. Yes! Quick attack, good night, Weepinbell, and good riddance! Killer Bird grows to level 27. Alright. Her last Pokemon is going to be her strongest. It's actually tied for her strongest in, I'm gonna leave Killer Bird out for now. In, Red and Blue. In Red and Blue, she has a Bioplume, level 29, Grass Poison type. With Poison Powder, Mega Drain, Sleep Powder, and Petal Dance. If you are playing Yellow, as you can see, based off the anime, her Bioplume is actually the lower evolution, but higher leveled Gloom at level 32, with Acid, Petal Dance, Stun Spore, and Sleep Powder. With dual status and the very powerful Petal Dance, this thing can actually be a nightmare. Luckily, my Weed Killer should be back up to a relatively... Yeah, its speed's back up, its health is back in... Wow. I know it's 3 levels lower, but still. and defense drop. Great. Alright, assuming this doesn't kill... Yes! Ember should be a 3-hit KO, so... Oh! Thank you for the burn. Alright, it's just Ember again. I'm probably going to lose Ishmael this turn, but I'm not as concerned about it as before, because Gloom has been heavily dented, and I'm pretty sure she's out of super potions at this point. Ishmael's going to survive and take out the Gloom after all. Ishmael, you beautiful son of a bitch. But yes, Erika is down. And she will confer upon us the Rainbow Badge, which will make Pokemon up to level 50 obey. I gotta wait before I hit that benchmark anyway. And Pokemon can also use Strength in and out of battle. Very nice. And she gives us TM21, which is Mega Drain, which she definitely has on, she doesn't have it on that many of her Pokemon in either game, which is kind of weird. But Mega Drain, half the damage it inflicts will heal your Pokemon. The superior Giga Drain would pop up in Gen 2, but for Gen 1, Mega Drain is as good as it gets. So yes, Erika has fallen. Good riddance. And I think that's going to do it for this episode, because I spent a lot of time taking out Erika in her gym, and also discussing the creepypasta regarding your rival's Rattata/Raticate, depending on which version you're playing. Or if you happen to be playing along on Fire Red or Leaf Green, which, more power to you there if you are as well. So yeah, I'm going to call it quits here. Thank you guys for watching. I've been RuppDat, and next time on Let's Play Pokemon Yellow, before we leave Celadon City, we have one last piece of business to attend to. Team Rocket's secret hideout underneath their game corner. We're gonna start tackling that next episode. So, I will go heal my Pokemon team, prepare to storm the base, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.